One of the most exciting parts about dressing up is to imagine all the possible color combinations you can mix to draw as much attention as possible to yourself or compliments. But a wrongful or careless choice of color can definitely ruin a beautifully proportioned look. So where do we start? This might surprise you, but it's just as simple as looking into the mirror. We can split knowledge about color combinations in two schools: complexion and enhancement. Let's begin with complexion. Every man has one or two complexions. For example, if he has very dark hair and bright skin, she would fall under the contrast complexion. On the other hand, if his hair and skin are fairly similar in shade and or tone, in that case he would have a mute complexion or a tonal complexion. A small disclaimer: let's remember that anyone can dress however they like. But if you're here today, that means you're into classical menswear and you're trying to learn something from it. End of disclaimer. Moving on. Ideally, a man should direct all his focus or attention to his face. Therefore, a man with a strong complexion or a contrast complexion should not wear pastel tones or very light colors. Why? Because that washes down his face. In a similar fashion, a man with a mute complexion or a tonal complexion should not choose stock contrast between colors, because that would redirect the attention towards the colors and divert it from his face. And we are trying to fit, or better said, achieve balance. Now for the enhancement school, this one is fairly easier than the previous one. The concept here is that you should replicate a tone or shade of color present around your face. For example, let's say you have a chocolate-like hair, or you have a mustard-colored hair. Therefore, following the instructions of the enhancement school, you should choose a garment that replicates the color of your hair. It could be a coat, it could be a jacket, or it could be a tie. That way, the color of your hair and the color of your chosen garment will sandwich your face, bringing it up to the spotlight. You can also go a little bit lower. If you don't want to replicate your hair, maybe you can replicate your eyes. If you have beautifully blue-colored eyes or an emerald green eyes, therefore you can choose a light blue scarf, a light blue tie, or a light blue shirt, or any other color that would evidently pop out your color in your eyes. Make sure to stay until the end of this video, because now we're going to see some examples, how we marry and use this color concept that we just learned in some useful examples that you might as well choose to use in your daily on life. Let us begin with Mr. Tyson Beckford. Mr. Beckford here is a very well-known American actor, but most importantly, he is a very well-known model that's been working with Ralph Lauren since 1993. In this particular picture, we can see Mr. Beckford has a very particular darker tone in his skin. Therefore, he's able to wear contrast effectively well with his ochre-like suit, his gray sweater, his ever so slightly pink shirt, and we can also see a black and yellow tie. Mr. Beckford used his skin tone greatly to his advantage, working to his great contrast. For our second example, we will take a look at this Asian gentleman. The picture on the left side shows us a very monochromatical attire that's not doing him any good with his stark complexion. He has black hair and tan skin, so this choice of color is only harming his intent to look more debonair. While we take a look at the picture on the right side, look how that white collar, navy suit, and burgundy tie are enhancing all of his natural features. He's choosing to wear contrast because his complexion is a contrastic one, so he's getting the best out of this suit in comparison to the previous one. In this example, we're taking a look at Jake and Alex from Anglo-Italian. It's easy to see at first glance that Jake has ginger-like hair. Therefore, he offers lower contrast, while Alex has dark brown hair, a higher contrast. despite the fact that both of them are wearing a fairly similar color and suit. It's evident here that Alex is wearing it better because his skin tone and his hair are coordinated better with the color of the suit in comparison to Jake's. For our final example, let us take a look at Mr. Michael Hill. His ginger-like features will tell us right away that this is a tonal complexion. Yet, his choice of a navy jacket, a white shirt, and a navy tie with yellow stripes, or perhaps even golden stripes, offer very high contrast that is not suitable for his skin tone or complexion. Despite this, let us be very clear. Formality, fit, your own style and personality will always be the most important aspect to take into consideration. But knowing how to pair colors and your skin tone and complexion will very well help you in your sartorial journey. But it's not something you should follow as an ironclad rule. Now that we know how to coordinate color with our facial features and complexion, it's time to do so with the rest of our body. So, if this is your first time here, be sure to check out the video about proportions, up here. So, let us begin. The shorter and stouter man definitely needs to favor darker colors. Why? Darker colors have a slimming effect on the body. What is the best color for this purpose? Definitely black, but I don't believe in black. I firmly think that black is reserved only for funerals and black tie events. So what would I advise you instead? A chocolate brown, a darker shade of navy blue, for example. This will help slim your figure, and by using the information we learned in the previous segment of the video, and by that I mean the first part of this series, you will definitely enhance that slim part of your body that you're desperately trying to achieve. Now for his confrère. The short and slim man, on the contrary, may favor brighter colors. Brighter colors give the impression and illusion of bulk and weight. So if he's short but he thinks he has slimmer legs, maybe he can wear an even brighter color, a cream pair of trousers or a white pair of trousers. Now for the tall and athletic man, this gets a little more complicated. So the man that is fairly tall already has plenty verticality. Therefore, he should favor lighter colors to give his impression of width. But the athletic man and the tall man share that they should favor pattern and texture slightly above color. So, if you're excited about a part 3 and where I would talk in depth about this, please leave a comment down below. I'm very excited to follow on to this series since the first part has had quite the acclaim. So let me give you one last tip, especially a book. It's a book that I myself use to enhance my creativity and think of bolder use of colors or a more discreet use of color. It's called A Dictionary of Color Combinations, and I'll be linking it down in the description. You might as well find it in Amazon, and it will help you give a little oomph to your creativity, maybe as it did with me. So, I'm Mr. Panache, your guide in classical menswear and savoir-faire, and looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a nice day.